Hello everyone and welcome to So Many Games So Little Time. My name is Joachim and today we will be looking at how I upgraded Terraforming Mars. Now first of all, let's look at the box. You can see the box is already in front of me, but I made a recording earlier to show what the box looks like on the side and everything. You can see it looks really quite nice. Of course, it comes from or it came from the broken token before the whole controversy came out. But nonetheless, I think it's really cool the fact you also see the top part and looks nice on the side. And it is, of course, a wooden crate, which comes with some problems as well, like transportation might make it a little bit more difficult, and the wood might chip a little bit some here and there. But I wanted to have a storage that would just fit everything. Okay, just before we continue, these are the expansions that I have. They will be on the screen one by one. So they're all in this box together with the upgrades that I've made. Okay, so the box is the first one, but we've talked about that enough now. So let's just open it up and see what's in the box. One thing though, I do use, I'm looking over to the side because I'm quickly going to get it. I do use one of these Feldherr bands, because it is a crate, but the top can come off quite easily. So that way it'll get, it'll stay nice and together when I transport it. Of course, it kind of takes away from the look. So if it's on my shelf, I'll probably remove it. But transportation wise, I'll take it. So I take off the top, and this is what the top inside looks like. It's just plain wood, but it is, as you can see, quite thick. So quite good. Now it's a little bit messy. I'm going to say that in advance. It's messy because this crate was designed for the game and the expansions, but not for any other upgrades. So that's why in some cases it looks a little bit messy. So of course, first we have some of the rule books, which I just put on the side. And of course the two boards, one base and one expansion, Elysium and the other one, right? And so far no upgrades yet, but here we do arrive at the upgrades. This one is not really an upgrade, as you can see. I mean, it is of course part of the crate. You can see here, you can read it, I'm sure. Lobby, right? So this is where you normally put some stuff in, but I don't always listen. As you can see, these are just the cubes. The people I put somewhere else. This is also from the expansion. These guys are also just regular stuff. I didn't upgrade them. They were already with the expansion. Same thing with this. Okay. Also no specific upgrade. Well, this part is because it's, as you can see, plastic basically. This was one upgrade. Very small one. Turmoil. That was the expansion. I was looking for the name. So, the first one that I'll talk about is, I guess, these ones. These are overlays, right? And these overlays, they go on top of the colonies. So these are all the colonies. So basically when you play, you take a colony, you click on the overlay, and then you play, and it's much easier to keep track. I'll put all the links down there, okay, in the description. Obviously it's from Etsy. I really like it, okay? You can also have it in black, but white was fine for me. And I have enough to play with like 4 people, I think. So that's more than enough. So as you can see, this is one of the examples that is basically the crate is not made for, right? So yeah, put these on the side and put these back. So that's the first cosmetic upgrade. Second one is also with colonies. These are the colony ships. Normally you just have the basic ships, which I don't even have here anymore. I put it somewhere else. It's not in the crate anymore. What I like about these ships is that they all look different. There are no ships that are the same. Obviously at one point I'm gonna want to paint them so I can hear the cubes go in. So these are 3 of them. These are 3 more. For example, I really like this because it's like cargo, right? And these are the final two. There we go. So yeah, I really like these. The fact that you really have actual ships that are going to the colonies and so on adds quite a bit to the atmosphere, the theme, and so on. Okay. Then we have the baggies for each player. So as far as I know and remember, the actual little people like these, they came with turmoil, so I don't think this is any upgrade at all. But the one thing that is an upgrade, however, are these little, I think they're called rovers, and basically they're your score markers. So these guys, right? So they're score markers. So you just put one of your cubes in there, and then these will just be, you know, trucking along the score line. So there we go. So of course you have it for each color. All right, so I'll put these on the side. And then we have these here, which of course come with the crate. The corporation cards, you can see corporation, prelude cards, global event cards, but all these will not be next to the board when you're playing, because the prelude you'll get them, corporation you'll get them, and then global events they'll be on the actual board for turmoil, so not really necessary there. Okay, and then it just fell out off screen. So what else do we have specifically upgrade wise? This has no real upgrade because these recessed boards came with the Kickstarter, I think, if I'm not mistaken, the last Kickstarter. There's no real upgrades in here, but what is in this tray, I'll show you that. We have, of course, the possible boards. We have the Venus board. We have turmoil boards, both of them. We have the extra colony board. We have some of the rule books, and then 2 more boards. So that all goes in there. Okay, and underneath you can already see a little bit of a sneak peek of what's coming. Alright, so we had, this is another player color, of course. And this is, and I think, I'll wait a little bit before I do that. This one is just the resources, obviously. And you simply just take it off and put it on the table, and people can just grab it. That's what it looks at the bottom. Okay, and then we have 2 of them, so it's easy to put. Basically makes it sure that it's within reach of everybody, right, who requires it. So there's those 2. Then next we have this. These are basically 2 first player markers. We have the rocket, and then we have the Mars rover. Now you can see actually part of it was broken off, but you know, I think it's also thematic because it's been trucking along, driving around Mars so often that it has a little bit of damage. Once again, I should paint this, you know, spray it, paint it to make it look even better. But in this case, whoever's first player will have 2 markers in my game instead of just 1, and that goes in here. This doesn't really have a name, so this is just the first player marker box, whatever. Then we have these tiles. Obviously these are from Etsy as well. It's not from the Kickstarter campaign. Multiple ones, a lot of variations, which I like. Initially I just had the forests, which you can see actually are all very similar. But then with my second purchase of the same store, you had variations. Like these are also forests, but they look a little bit different. So it's nicer that you have that as well. Same with the cities. These are like underground cities more. Like these are more cities above ground, making it look a little bit more special. Like for example, this one would then be in outer space. Because it's more like a station, right? And you can see these other tiles, they have the special icon for the special tiles that you might have to place. For example, you have the forbidden sign here, you have the money sign here, the construction sign, and so on, factory sign. So all of these are of course different. We also have this one. This is quite special as well. This tile, you place it when you play the card. That allows you to basically book a spot or reserve a spot on the game board that you can later then colonize or whatever. And then this is not all, obviously, because you also have the ones that are on the bottom. There's even more there. Most of them you can already see, but you can see there's even more forests, well, greeneries and cities, more variations. Even this white one is actually also just a greenery. Then we have, well, let's do this one first. We have both of these. These are basically little acrylic tokens that you put on your cards, on your action cards. For example, for this one, we have, I think this covers all of them. We have the science tokens, as you can see, right? We have the clouds, which are the floaters, if I'm not mistaken, if I remember correctly. And then we also have the fighters or rocket ships or whatever that you can then put on stuff, right? So these are all together in one bag. But of course, it makes it look a lot nicer than just having to use the cubes, right? I think arguably it also makes it easier for people to spot what you're doing, what you're collecting, because they don't just see a cube, they actually see a token with an image. So you know, okay, you are going for floaters or whatever. Here we have some others, predominantly green. And these are, for example, animals here. We have insects. We have shields as well. We have fish or whales, I guess. So there's also a variety here. Basically, every card that allows you to put a resource on top of it, a specific one, will have several of these in the game. So it just looks better in general, right? So far, I've never ran out of any when I played. So I think there's enough that you get. Okay, so I'm going to put this back in the bag. There we go. So that's another upgrade. And then part of course, the whole crate, we have the cards, the regular cards, right? And this is the side. You can see it's pretty nice. They put that in as well. Okay. And it easily fits all the cards that we use, including the player aids and so on as well that are in there. Okay. And then you can see at the bottom are all the other city and greenery tiles that I didn't include. There's even space for more, so I could arguably buy more and have an even wider variation of what I would put up. So yeah, that's basically it. Those are all different parts that I have bought and used to upgrade Terraforming Mars. I will now set up the game and have a quick overview of what it actually looks like. So yeah, I think this is basically it. This is how I upgraded Terraforming Mars. I absolutely love Terraforming Mars. That's why I spent all the money on it. And yeah, every time I bring it to the table, it's a joy to play. And I feel these upgrades make it even better. Yeah. There's actually even more of these that you can order and use, but I haven't done that, but it's on my to-do list. So once again, all the links are in the description if you want to buy or look for something specific. I believe most of them were, or if not all, were on Etsy. So yeah, I never took part in the big box campaign and all that kind of stuff, so I can't speak on that. Okay, we'll stop here, and thank you very much for joining me again in a how I upgraded video, and I'll see you next time. Okay. My name is Joachim and always will be. It's just so many games all the time. Have a nice day. Bye bye.